Welcome to Not Just Nonsense. This is your host, Death by Monkeys, and today we're going to talk about more Star Wars. So, second day, reviews are still coming in, and it's pretty bad still. Now, just to let you know, I have not seen the movie. I will make another review whenever I have seen it. I don't know if I really want to go to the movie's opening weekend. I really don't want to give Disney money for this. So, I might resort to other means of watching this movie. But if I do get a chance to see it, if someone invites me, I'm going to go. But I've been watching reviews on this lately. And just from what I've seen from Star Wars fans, has been pretty dismal. Jeremy Johns, he's a pretty popular YouTuber who reviews movies, in case you don't know him. He was a hardcore fan. He definitely is. Like, whenever he reviewed The Force Awakens trailer, you know, he was there. He had his Star Wars cape on, and he was watching, and you could see the joy in his eyes. And, like, he was pumped, like we all were. At least I know I was. I'm definitely a hardcore fan. I love this. Well, I'm not as hardcore as some people who like know all the spaceships and like actually what their designated names are. But I loved Star Wars. Like I was there whenever Chewie and Han got back on the Falcon, and I'm like, Chewie, we're home. Like that was amazing. That was something I hadn't felt in a long time. That movies can definitely change your mood and just how you are, and like it was amazing to me. I was pumped. I was ready. I couldn't wait. I wanted to know more about this. Definitely who Rey was and Finn, and just get in there. I especially like the idea of Finn being a stormtrooper who left the First Order and who just rejected this. You know, I thought that was gonna be something great. That was a great storyline, which now has just fallen off, and Finn is just a side character to Rey. I would have loved it if he would have been the Force user, or even Rey. Like, she's cool, she's okay, you know. In the Force Awakens, I was like, all right, you know what, she did it. But during The Last Jedi, they just gave her too much, and I fell off liking the character. Of course, when The Force Awakens happened, like I was pumped. I got all my family to go, like I said before, and like I got them to see this movie. I got people in the seats because I loved this IP. I didn't even take my dad to see The Last Jedi because that's how big of a misstep I believe the movie was. Oh man, I don't know. I still don't see how Star Wars fans, or if you call yourself a Star Wars fan, can rally behind The Last Jedi and say that it was true to the lore just on the handling of Luke Skywalker alone. And you can definitely see in some of the trailers that they're trying to retcon what happened in The Last Jedi. Which, like I said before, that's fine with me. Because I just really want to see this go down in flames. And that's terrible to say, because I love Star Wars. But I've also seen some other reviews. Chris Stuckman just came out with one, and I think he totally missed the mark on having good Star Wars, because he said that we need to stop looking to the past and, you know, thinking that we can have movies that are just as good as they were back then because it's a different era, and we should stop blaming corporations for their mistakes. And it's a big IP, and it's gonna have good and bad moments. You know, for something like Star Wars, people who watch this, and the reason they criticize it so much is because it's so ingrained in our culture that mishandling it is almost blasphemous. Because Star Wars to some people is like a religion. I mean, each side has their code, the light and the dark, and there is a figure, you know, who rides us. So some people do take it that way. I've even talked to some soldiers. Whenever they get their dog tags in there, they have a friend who goes in and they can change it to Jedi as their religion. So yes, people take this very seriously. And the mishandling, of course, is going to cause a backlash. These were beloved characters, and the story's great. And just what they're doing with the rise of Skywalker, which it's ridiculous that they're even calling this the end of the Skywalker trilogy. This never should have been, or the Skywalker saga, this never should have been part of the saga. This should have been its own thing. Like I said before, they can use the old characters to draw us in and slowly phase them out in a proper send-off. And I think people would have enjoyed it. They would have enjoyed it a lot more. Solo lost money. That was an unnecessary movie. People didn't need to see that, or people didn't want it, but they made it anyway because they wanted to get people in and show a ridiculously fast origin of Han Solo, which nobody wanted. Well, at least I didn't need it. I guess there's some people who wanted it, but it doesn't make sense why they would do that. Just that's not what the fans were shouting for. And as for the corporations, like what he was saying, like who to blame? They are to blame because they rushed this. They had their hard deadlines. Like, we need to get it out by then. We don't care what's going on. They didn't love what they were doing with this IP. These people didn't care. It was all about money. If they cared, they would have taken our time. And you know what? Fans will wait. Look how long we waited, or were willing to wait. You know, we didn't even know we were going to get another one. And whenever they said The Force Awakens came out, people were pumped. I was hyped. I was ready to go. I was on board. And just to see it crash and burn, it breaks my heart. Yes, we can point the finger and say they were the ones who were wrong. They completely mishandled it. And we should have higher expectations of what our entertainment is. It shouldn't be heavily influenced by identity politics or anything like that, or with an agenda. It should just be good stories. We need our heroes. We need our fantasy. We need this. We need our escape. Because they were saying they wanted Star Wars to look like what's going on today. No, I don't want Star Wars to look like what's going on today. I don't need that. I want something that I've never seen, or that's like, whoa, I never thought of that. You can have bits and pieces of it, yeah, but don't make that the overall thing. And I think that's really, though, that actually is what Kathleen Kennedy was pushing. And if they are going to hold this IP hostage, which is what they are, they need to be held responsible. Things can be good. Just look at Blade Runner. Or even, like I said before, Cobra Kai and the handling of that. Those were IPs that we thought were done, and they brought them back, and it was glorious. I still think Mad Max Fury Road was amazing. I know some people might rag on that because they say it was a feminist propaganda piece, but you know what? That was not how I saw it. Like, that was just a great story. You know, point A to point B, and they had it there. They drove it home. Like, that to me is a great film. So right there, Chris Stuckman, I like your work. I really like what you do, but I think we're just way off on this first review of The Rise of Skywalker. No, we can hold them. We can hold them accountable. They should be better. They should take their time. Fans are willing to wait. And you can like The Last Jedi too. I don't see how you do, but you know, you can. People can like The Last Jedi. I think there was a huge mishandling of Kylo Ren. I liked his character in the beginning. He never should have taken off his mask. But as soon as he didn't get any more scarred, like, I knew it was going to be a redemption. Because every Sith has something horrible happen to them. So that way they're kind of cemented in being the bad guy. Like, you know, it kind of fuels their rage for revenge. Nothing happened to him. He got a little scar on his face. Wasn't bad. So you always knew he was going to come back and be the good guy. And this is me. Like I said, I haven't seen the movie, so I don't know what's going to happen with him. Daisy Ridley, she's too perfect. Too perfect of a character. You really can't relate to... Oh, sorry. Rey. Not Daisy. Daisy Ridley, you know, she does a good job acting Rey. Well, as much as she can. But the character, she falls flat on her face. I wish she was better. But it was just a huge mishandling. We'll see. Time will tell with Star Wars. Maybe it'll get better. But in the meantime, I'm not holding out. Another, like, where I've been filling my time is I came across this great little short video, Astartes. I'll put the link in the description. It's a Warhammer 40K. This is a fan video made by one guy, and it was amazing. Like, that drew me in. I was like, I want to know more about this lore. I like what's going on here. And the lore is super rich. I mean, you can read it for years and still not even be fully into it, like, know what's going on. But it grabbed my attention, so I've been filling my time or my want of fantasy and sci-fi through Warhammer 40k. If y'all haven't checked that out, at least check out some of this. Like, check out this video. I'll post in the link. Astartes. That'll at least get you started. Maybe if that draws you in, you can look at it a bit more. All right, guys. Well, thank you. Like, share, and subscribe, and definitely comment. I'd like to hear y'all's opinions on what I'm saying here. And like I said, I'm still working on this channel. I don't yet know how to video edit. I don't have that software yet, so I'm working on that. Hopefully, in a few more, I'll have that worked out. But for now, you're just gonna get this kind of stuff. It's just gonna be me talking. All right, and y'all have a great day.